Okay, hello. It is 5:34 Friday, January 8th, 2020. Um and yeah. Okay. We can start with the obvious. I smell like armpit. I need to take a shower, like a good shower when I go back. Cuz I got to shave too. I don't want to grow a beard, so yeah. Um and I feel like an idiot. I don't know why. I just yeah. Yeah. I don't even know how long it's been since the last recording. I know it hasn't been more than a couple days, but I can't pinpoint the exact day because since then it's just felt like a blur. I feel like I'm down, and I don't know what is causing that, but I feel like a good start is to figure out what's causing that, and at the same time pick myself up. But uh, there's one thing I just want to talk about. I've talked about this with myself for many years now, but I just want to say to these recordings I'll do. There's a lot to say, so what do I want to say? Well, start with the start with the basics. It has to do with what's going on at home. I mean, what's our earliest memory of this? Well, I can't pinpoint one exactly, but I know that when I was a kid, so around the age of 7, there were times where I would do my own thing, and I wouldn't do anything dumb, and then I would get yelled at by like my mom, and I'm like, okay. And then, well, I do remember times when I was young also that my mom and dad fought, but like actually fought. My dad didn't fight, my mom did, and he had to, like wrestle her down to the ground. I saw that more than once, and I was like, that's not normal, but it's not that bad. And then fast forward, let's see. I mean, what else do I say? That says enough. That says enough. But then, enter middle school, the teenage years. Things got kind of. Looking back, I didn't know, but I know now. I did not have a healthy relationship with my mom as a kid. I didn't know what that was though, because I was just a kid. But it really turned not too good in middle school because I started to think for myself with a sprinkle of, I guess, being rebellious. You know how those teenage years goes. Everybody does. So it just got worse, and I wasn't sure what was causing it, and I know it wasn't normal, but I couldn't talk about it because everyone I wanted to talk about it to, other adults, uh, they would quickly point the finger at me and say I was the problem, and I'm sure they were correct. Even now, it's probably like, I don't know if you can quantify this, but like 5% my fault. I'm not entirely free. I'm human. But I know it's not mostly my fault, and nobody ever wanted to hear me out. And then, then high school, and then I started talking to girls, and it was kind of hard. At the beginning, it was very hard. Then, I got around. I made observations and about how I should and shouldn't talk and what I should and shouldn't talk about, and, it was alright. And then I started liking a girl, and she started liking me, and, uh, but then fast forward, after being rejected twice, I was like, maybe something's wrong, and yeah. I'm surprised it took being rejected twice and 21 years to figure it out, but yeah, it's clear to see that my maternal issues, they have affected my relationships with females, I believe. I'm not a psychologist, but that checks out to me. If a kid has had problems with his mom his whole life, that's going to carry over into his relationships with other females, but that's not where the story's going to be left. I plan on changing, and I plan on using everything in my power to change. I believe a big part of it is developing healthy relationships with people, and I have. There have been many girls I've met, schoolgirls, who have treated me better than my mom has, and I honestly have made friendships with adult women, and they've been more of a mom to me than my own mom has. So not all is lost, you know. It just hurts when your own mom, treats you that way for so long. But I know not all is lost, and it's foolish to say that all girls are like that. Just want to hurt me. But I know it's kind of a pretty big issue. If we wanted to give an in-depth analysis, how many problems, if you could freeze time and analyze every person on the earth, how many problems, no, a better way to say it is, both positive and negative actions that people have taken, how have maternal issues affected those problems? Let me explain that a little more. Say there's a guy who opens a door for a girl. What if he's doing that because he wants to, make sure he doesn't treat women with disrespect, because he knows he is prone to doing so because of his strained relationship with his mom. So he opens the door for her because of that. And I guess an opposite example would be, say he it should be easy to find a bad example. Why am I thinking too much into this? An opposite example is, I guess, getting mad at a girl because of something she did, and him noticing that's like, oh, that's how my mom gets mad, and that's how I got mad at her. What I'm trying to say is that how many problems in the world exist because of maternal problems? There you go. That's a good way of saying it. I would say a lot. Don't know how much. I don't know if you could quantify it. You obviously can't. With everybody on the earth. But yeah, it's a big deal for some people, and I fall into that category. But like I said, I'm not going to leave it there. I don't want to leave it there. That's not... I'm just... it's not even... I don't even have to think about it. I don't want to stay in this spot. I want to get out. I want to be better. Be healed of all this in a way, and be stronger, So I will use everything in my power to get better. That's like I said, hey, making sure I check in with myself every day. I continue to maintain good relationships with females, and I think God can also help with this. If I gotta get closer to him first, but if I give him my heart, I think he can fix it. From what I've observed, in my own life, and from what you read in the Bible, that's something he can do. That sounds really nice. So yeah, it's not hopeless. If it was hopeless, I'm sure I would be acting much differently right now. It's not hopeless. I can get better. I can improve. I can, finally move past this. I'm really hoping none of my friends are listening to this. They don't know. Like I said, I can't talk about this, not just to adults, but to people my age, unless they've gone through something similar. They just don't want to hear it. I love them, but I understand. They're like, wait, what? You have issues with your mom? And I wouldn't believe you to be the type of guy that has those issues, but yeah, I am. It's really failure on my part, guys. I was too embarrassed to say, I guess. Yeah, embarrassed is the right word. However, by and large, there is this stigma with talking honestly about your mom. I said honestly, not bad. Like, what I mean is that it's generally accepted that father issues, daddy issues are a thing, but both a mom and a dad make up a family. If you need both to make a baby, you need both to raise a baby. So everybody's like, yeah, father issues are a thing, but I don't know why people can't seem to see that the other half of the parent agreement is just as likely to become bitter. Yeah, I believe that's because many people hold their moms close to them. I believe that's why. There are more reasons likely, but that is my initial analysis, and I'm not going into detail with that. Just like the last time, right now I feel better. Right now I feel like I've gotten a weight off my shoulders. So that's good. There's more to say, but I guess we'll stop there with that issue. Well, before you stop there, tell me what you're going to do about it. I already said it. I already said those 3 things. And I'm thinking about more every day. What else? I mean, I just can't get, like I said in the beginning, I can't get out of this blur, I guess. I just don't know what's wrong with me. What's wrong with me, dude? I don't really feel scared. I probably should, based on the given events in the nation that have happened. I feel nothing. Why do I feel nothing? I should feel something. I don't like being in this spot. I've been in this spot a couple times before in my life, and it's horrible. Dude, it's horrible. I'd rather feel something than nothing. If my history of the rise and influence of the Nazi Party and the Bolshevik Revolution is correct, and everything they did, and what it led to, it seems there are similarities to what's going on in the nation nowadays. Hopefully I'm wrong. But yeah, feels like something's coming. Something not good. I don't know what's up with the media. I came into the game with like a neutral stance for the most part. But on every news outlet, they're just bashing. But that's too light of a word, but I'll use it. They're bashing Donald Trump. And it's like, okay, they made a claim, let's look into it. And you look into it, and it's like, you're not completely wrong, but you're using the wrong wordage, and it just polarizes people even more, and that's not what we need. And the fact that he was, I think, banned on Twitter and Facebook. Who are they to ban? First Amendment allows free speech for everyone, and that is unconstitutional. That's not good. I mean, who was Mark Zuckerberg and Jack Dorsey 10 years ago before they had all this power? They were a nobody, meaning they were an average person. And then 10 years in the future, what have we become? What has social media turned into? I'm glad I never got into that. I hope I'm not the only one that's seen similarities between what's going on and what went on in the world about, what is that, 80, 90 years ago in Europe. And I understand, like, everything about it just doesn't seem right. People are just, again, polarized. You have people who say civil war. It's like, no. I understand that's a viable option, but if that's the first thing you're saying, you're wrong. That needs to be the last thing we do. I don't remember how long the people put up with the King of England. But in the Declaration of Independence, I'm sure they were like, we've put up with you for a while. Here's a list of all the stuff you did wrong, and here's how we're going to rebel. They didn't just do that overnight. It's not like the Boston Tea Party happened and then the revolution happened. Many, many years they suffered. They were forced to do revolutionary war. I don't think it's appropriate for people to say civil war so easily. It's horrible. No. Anybody who's been in war will recognize that that should be the last case scenario. So I don't understand why people quickly run to that. You should not run to that. And then if someone's listening to this, they're gonna say you're like a coward. You won't stand up for your country, and I will. It's just that should not be the first thing that comes out of your mouth at all. For many, many reasons, but we'll give that analysis in another video, I guess. I'm not really looking forward to it, and many people have said, stuff about this. I don't need to. It just seems kind of weird. But again, if you take the big picture, it was kind of, whoever's pulling the strings, like, you gotta give credit where credit's due. Look, I've been wanting to talk to people in school about politics for like the past year, but I couldn't, and I'm like, why can't I? Older people were able to do so when they were my age. The fact that politics has become so divisive, also kind of taboo, like you can't talk about it. The fact that the nation is so polarized, the media is one-sided. It's almost brilliant whoever pulled the strings. They did it right. This is actually how I would say, make a nation fall or go against itself. I'm not applauding them, but I'm giving credit where credit's due. This is the perfect environment for whatever bad thing is to come. You can't even talk about it, so it just gets worse and worse and worse. Why do you think I'm here in my car in the middle of the gas station, far off from the gas station, like in this lot? And why do you think I'm not at my house talking to my dad and mom about this and about other stuff? They did it right. They really didn't deceive people, and people don't really know. Hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully people do know. Like, this doesn't just happen. It's too complex for it to just happen this way. It was by design. That's pretty obvious. I don't know nothing about nothing, but I know that much. I can at least analyze and come to that conclusion. So, but let's go back to talking about you. What's wrong? I don't know what's wrong, dude. I keep on... Well, then know what's wrong. Stop telling me I don't know. I feel like I've become the shell of who I once was. So what are you gonna do? I'd like to get back to who I once was and really be stronger. Is that what you want? Yes. Is that all you want? I want to also help others. I need to, I've made this mistake before. I need to help myself before I help others. I need to also make sure that my problems are my own, people's problems are their own. I can help people, but I should not take on their problems for them. What else do you want? I want to have a lot of wisdom during these times. I also want to have a lot of heart. I don't want to be a guy who just stands on the sidelines and say stuff. I want to actually do stuff as well, whatever that means. Take action, not just say words. I wanna have wisdom. I wanna have heart to take action. I wanna be better than I am now. I want to establish better relationships with my friends again. Jeez, man, what happened to you? I don't know. Actually, you do know. Actually, I don't know. But let's make it so we do know. Well, if we're not who we once were, we likely made choices that brought us to this point. Yep, I did. I did. There you go. Work with it. It doesn't matter what people put you through. It matters what you choose, and you've chosen to make choices that have gotten you to this point. The good news is that we can make choices to get us out of this point. This requires an in-depth analysis, so I'll save it for another day or maybe later on. Like you've been told many times in the past, you usually have a good observation or two, but then you forget it, and it's like, why? I feel like you just said something good, so be sure to listen to this again and listen to yourself. I don't. Come on, you can do that much at least. Yeah, I can. You know, my physical health, it hasn't degraded as much as my personal self. Actually, no, I've actually gotten stronger physically, but I've gotten weaker in every other way. It's like, was it really worth it? No. Should I be healthy? Yes. Should my physical body be stronger than every other aspect of me? Meaning mentally, emotionally, spiritually? No. Physical strength is only good for so much. It's far better to be emotionally strong, mentally strong, spiritually strong, etc., etc. We can make it out of this. Keep your head up. I know it feels like, well, I'm just gonna be honest, home doesn't feel like home anymore. It stopped feeling that way quite some time ago. And I have to keep my guard up every time I'm in there. And I shouldn't, it's my home. But I'm looking to move out in the next couple years. Med school's on the horizon, so yeah. At least you kept your word and you're doing this. Talking to yourself and recording it. When you actually leave the house and go somewhere just to talk to yourself, that, you know, it has an effect. It's a start. So figure out what to do next. Don't just leave it as is. Take action and move forward. I gotta stop wasting my days, dude. I know every day is just a blur at this point, but stop making it a blur, dude. And even if they don't stop being a blur, you do something. Just do something. Stop wasting your days. You don't have to be in the mood to do what you need to do. Homework. When was the last time you wanted to do homework? I don't know. But you've done homework since then, right? Of course. Why? Because I know I need to do it. Okay. So convince yourself that you need to stop just sulking in your bed all day and stop sulking in your bed all day. Just get up and do something, even if it's just work out. And stuff like that. Pick yourself up, dude. Alright? Yeah, I know it's easier said than done, though. You don't have to tell me. I know. So yeah, there's that. I guess that's all for now. Anything else? Let me think. That's all for now. If I know me, I'll probably have 10 things come into my mind as soon as I stop the recording, but that's how it goes sometimes, huh? That's a skill that needs to be refined. Yeah, so just keep your guard up. I'm sorry to say it, but I don't think my house is yeah, it's just a house at this point. It's not home anymore. She's just a lady that gave birth to me, and he's just a guy that gives me a place to sleep and food to eat sometimes. Most of it's you. Respect them. Don't talk back. I don't have a problem with that, but just respect them. You know, what if they're going through stuff too? I know, but no, enough with the I know, but just don't feel right when I treat them how they treat me. That's just not how you do things. You don't conquer. An example, you don't conquer violence with violence. You conquer violence with peace and love and all that. I can't win this by playing it how they're playing it. I gotta be better. I gotta maybe believe that somewhere deep down there is a mom that cares and there's a dad that cares as well. So respect them. I don't even know what I'm saying. I don't even know where this is coming from. All right. Take care.